Hi everyone. Welcome back to Holy Dynasty Forum.
Yeah, I mean it's been 2 weeks of break.
Yes, it's been.
Break is sweet actually.
Very sweet.
And hopefully one day we'll share our behind the scene of our break stroke vacation with you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
but then today we are going to continue our series on success, and we're going to specifically focus on secrets of success or secrets to success. Some of the things that are not common out there about success, right?
Yeah.
Based on our experiences.
Yeah, and like you said, it's going to be a little bit more practical because we'll be sharing our own personal experiences as we discuss the secrets of success.
Yes. All right. So, secret one. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, the first secret we would like to share with you is that there's no success without an investment. And many people complain and say, "Oh, I don't have what to invest for me to become successful." That's not true. We all have one thing or the other to invest for success to come out of our life or out of our story. So one thing we would like to mention, which is the principal thing in our investment of success, is time.
We all have time.
We all have equal time per day, 24 hours per day.
Yes.
It's what you put it into that determines what you get at the end of the day. And time is a currency of life. You can either spend it or invest it. So there's no excuse. We all have the time to invest.
Yes, absolutely. So we all have time to invest, but then it's what are we investing our time in? So if you want to have a successful family, for example, you need to invest time in your family.
Yeah.
If you want to be successful in your education, you have to invest time in your education, in your career. If you want to be successful in your career path, you just have to invest time in it.
Yeah.
And I know that we are in this age where there's a lot of things competing for our time. So now we have to be able to know to decide what am I going to where am I going to put this time, how much time am I going to put in this particular thing. And then of course the amount of time you put in something is dependent on what's your goal about that thing, what's your priority, how important it is to you, right? So it's very important for us to know that our time is very valuable. And I was listening to a message yesterday where the preacher said that God has given us 3 T's: time, talent, and treasure. Time, everybody has time in equal measure, right? So it's very, very, we might not all have talent in equal measure, might not all have treasures in equal measure, but we all have time in equal measure, right?
And that's important for us to note. And if you have done nothing, don't expect something. You have to put time into it, and you have to know how much of time you need to put into that thing for you to get the desired result. And what other thing can we invest?
We can invest money. If you have money, you can invest money into a venture. For example, there are some courses that you can do online that would require you to pay certain amounts. In order for you to be knowledgeable about that field. If you want to go to school, you need to pay for education, or you apply for scholarship that would get you. So that you can invest money into that. You can go to some vocational schools to learn a trade. You can of course you can invest money into that.
And someone said the best investment you can do is to invest in yourself. I mean, you are the best project you can ever invest in.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you investing your money, your energy into? Your time. What are you, since we said that, there's no success without investment. So what are you investing, into? And of course, on this channel, we've also spoke about how success is not just about things. And so, like my hobby said, so the most is what have you invested in yourself. And so we are now talking about how you yourself can be a success, not necessarily how you can have, how material things can be a success, how you yourself can be a success.
So the big question at this point is that how much time are you investing in yourself? And you can ask yourself again, how much of time are you investing in yourself? How much of your money?
Yeah.
Are you investing
in yourself?
Back into yourself.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people invest on cars and things like that. All those things, they are not.
Except the car would, or except probably what you are investing in, that material thing is all, is going to help you. Yeah. But except that, like, the first thing that you should invest in is in yourself. You have to invest in yourself to always become better. How am I going to become better to achieve that goal that God has set for me?
You can never know how successful you can be until you start investing in yourself. You can never know how fertile your life can be until you start watering it.
Yeah.
So our advice for you at this point is start investing in yourself. Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So another secret to success is that success takes time. So we said you should invest time. Also, we're saying that success takes time, especially the success that would stand the test of time.
Yeah.
So if you are going to be successful, and because for you to even say you are a success, then it means that it's standing the test of time.
Yeah.
But then it takes time to build
to
that, well, of course, we're in this generation of everything fast,
Indomie generation.
Yeah, so which, fine, it's good to desire, to want to be successful, but we should also have at the back of our mind that success takes time. So for example, if I'm going to earn a degree, it takes time. Like, I can't just go into school today and expect to
graduate the same day.
Exactly. So it takes time.
It takes time.
And of course, with the time, you have to put in the work as well, into it, right?
Yeah. And another important thing to note at this point in time is that if you've seen someone who is successful, trust me, they have put time into that.
Exactly.
It took them time.
Took them time, exactly.
Success takes time.
But then the time is going to take might be different from the time it's going to take B. So it's unwise to compare the time it's taken, because the time it's going to be dependent on what other abilities you have.
Yeah.
Some people are they're fast learners. They're able to grasp things, fast, and they're able to do things fast. And some people they tend to be kind of more laid back when they're getting things, but doesn't mean that they wouldn't get it eventually.
Yeah.
So you have to understand who you are and to know how much time you need to be able to.
And if you desire anything, just put time into it. And at the end of the day, you see results. And like she said, when you go to school for BSc, some people do their courses in 5 years.
Exactly.
And some do theirs in
6 years.
In 6 years. Some
4 years.
Some 4 years.
Yeah.
So it takes, it's different time for different people.
Yeah.
But the fact is that it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Yes.
And another important thing is that success is in phases. It's in phases. There's a time to be born, and there's a time to marry, and there's a time to do every other thing. Just like kids, there's a time for them to start learning how to sit down. To them, that's a success. And there's a time to start crawling. That's another success phase. And there's a time to start walking. The day they take their first step is always a beautiful moment for parents, and it's a success for the kid, And there's a time for them to start running around.
Exactly.
So success is in phases. What phase are you in? Enjoy that phase and work more hard. You will be in the next phase very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think another secret of success is to know when to do what. So know when to do or to invest time. We said success takes time, but then success you have to invest, but you have to know what to do per time. And the knowledge actually comes from God, because sometimes the Lord orders the step of the righteous. And then so when you know what to do per time, it makes you feel like, oh, you're just you're just balling, right? But it's like there's a reference in the Bible about the children of Issachar that they knew the time, they knew what they were supposed to do. It's very, very important. So if there's anything we're going to be asking God for in this journey of life, is for God to teach us what to do per time. It's very, very critical. It's very critical.
That's deep.
It's very critical.
It's not just to invest time for success to come. you should have an understanding of time. Like when I was growing up, they do tell us that we should dry our hair while the sun is shining. And I have a practical example of having an understanding of time, when to do what. So in 2013, I landed in England to do my master's. So after my first semester, I went to church one day and I got back and I was agitated in my spirit. I couldn't know why. Then God brought it to me that 5 years ago, when I was still courting my wife, one day she asked me, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Spontaneously, I said Canada. And at this point that I said Canada, I didn't even have a passport. I've not even been to any airport in my life, not even a fake one. So I just said Canada. So fast forward to 2013, God brought that to remembrance. God brought it up in my spirit. That you told this person that you'll be in Canada in 5 years' time. What have you done? And God told me to do something now. And I opened my computer. I was working on, metabolism during pregnancy in obese mothers. So I just picked up my computer and I sent out about 3 cold emails, to 3 professors in Canada. And immediately after sending those emails, I just felt peace within myself. And I went to bed. And I woke up the following day and I got a response from the professor that happened to be my PhD supervisor eventually, And I just believe that email was meant to be sent at that time. Yeah. It could have been too late if I sent that email maybe the following day. Yeah. So it's good to not just invest in time or invest time. It's also important to have an understanding of when to invest in what.
That's absolutely spot on. Yeah.